Hello and welcome back to the Robo Samurai channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Transformers Studio Series 8602 BB, which stands for Buzzworthy Bumblebee Kup. Now, I've previously done this mold before as the other Studio Series for the Transformers the movie, which actually this package does talk about. So since I have done this before, I'm going to sit here and compare this here to that there. So let's go on ahead and get this open and see what we're dealing with here. I'll just go on ahead and cut the tape right here on top. Actually, we'll take a quick look at the box itself here. Alright, so what we have here is the front of the box here, and yeah, cool stuff. Side of the box, the back of the box, and it's got words and things. Very cool, good words and things. Alright, so let's go on ahead and get this open. Yeah, that opened pretty easily. Should I be worried? Alright, so we got that, and here's the backdrop here. Let's take a quick look at that. Nothing else in the box. Cool. And we'll just set this. Actually, we'll just set it over here. Now, this is a sheet of paper. Talks about things. Let's see here. And then there's the instructions in a yellowish color because it's the Buzzworthy Bumblebee one. Now we have a picture. The diorama is like of Autobot City. In the other Studio Series, what we actually had was, it was like the octopus or squid, actually. It's a squid from Transformers the movie, where Kup gets his arms violently ripped off, and then Hot Rod has to go fix him. Here we go. We've got a couple of things here on accessories. I just flipped those out. You got his Energon goodie holder thing. Yeah, it's cool. And in comparison with the one from the other Studio Series, you can see that. Oops. Well, let's see if we can get them focused. Let's see if we can get the focus. There we go. So this one here, it's just kind of a solid color, and it's green still. And the other one is basically made out of clear plastic, but it's not like Energon colored. That would be cool, but maybe I'll paint that up. I'll also paint this one up as well because I think the base color of this is just that color. Okay, so there's that accessory. He also comes with his gun, and there it is here. So yeah, so that's same thing practically. Let's take a look at the other Studio Series one, take a look at it, compare it, and you can kind of see that there's some differences in the color, and so you can see that these are probably cast from the same plastic right there, so not a problem there, but that's pretty cool. So let's put those aside. Let's see if we can't free him out of this thing. I don't think we have as much else to do. Oh yeah, so this one does not have the little discs to secure it to the plastic insert. So I just like to feed these through and get these kind of going here. So all right, now and legs. I could cut them, but yeah. So there we go. Nope. Alright, so if I could just cut them, maybe that'd be easier and faster. But I like this. This is fine. Alright, so alright, fine. I'm gonna cut them. Let me get a pair of cutters, and we will just sit here and cut the rest of these. So we'll cut one here, and cut one here. And what else? Let's cut the arm. You can kind of see that there, and that should pretty much free him up. Yeah, there we go. And you can see that the mounting cardboard is the same as this cardboard here. So the backdrop, it matches the backdrop. That's what they've been doing with these ever since they changed their packaging style. All right, and here's Kup. And he's already in his robot mode, and he looks great. So, interesting. So, is that what he's supposed to look? Hold on a second. Hey, you're not supposed to fall down. Yeah, so that's the way he's supposed to look. So, what am I referring to? I'm referring to his arms right here. If you look right there, and if you look right here, it would appear that these arms need to be turned around like this. Now, I'm going to have to check that in the movie thing, see if that's a thing. So, let's just take a look at these and see how they kind of compare. Alright, so we've got this solid chest, and they're kind of showing that it's just a solid color, and there's like cracks or scratches on his windshield, which looks pretty good. The colors, honestly, you know, this Studio Series Bumblebee version of Kup might actually be the better one in terms of colors. So he's got, you know, he's got a little scuff right here on his arm. And yeah, it might be. It's just a little bit more, like this is a little darker, this one's just a little lighter. I think this one might actually be, just in terms of the coloring and the movie, it might be a little bit more screen accurate, you know. Both have like this real narrow profile. I mean, look at that. It's just, where does the car go, right? So, oh yeah, and that's another thing. If you look here, the wheels here, they're black on the original Studio Series, and on the Buzzworthy Bumblebee, they're kind of a grayish color. That's actually not bad. Okay, so let's take a look here. He does have all the same articulation. Does he also have the same pull-apart arm gimmick? Yeah, he sure does. You can take his arms off, and then you can take his legs off. So there we go. Just to simulate that battle damage that you see. And none of these are particularly loose. So that's kind of a nice comparison there. Oh, there's some scratches there. If you look here on the leg, right here on the shin. So yeah, they just, I mean, scratches as in like the same that you see up here. So yeah, he has the ankle tilt. I guess you can call that a toe tilt. He has no like, he doesn't have like an ab crunch, but you can swivel at the waist right here. And then we also have knee bend. And then, yeah, and then we have elbow bend. That's pretty good elbow bend, actually. Let me get that in focus. There we go. Elbow bend. The wrists do not turn. Nope, they do not. So, yeah. Now his head, everything is... now, if you look at this here, this is a little mistransformed. So, if... yeah, just a little bit. So this tab's supposed to be tucked all the way in here. Let's see if I can actually do it. Let's see here. So, where are they tucked in? Let me see here. Oh, actually, it is tucked in. So yeah, when those are, you'll see these two tabs right here. These two tabs. There's a tab here on the back of his plate, and I might be able to pop it up. So see, if you have it like this, and he can do that, and the whole plate is there, that means you have it snap these two tabs in properly into the back of this here. So giving that a nice firm push should push those straight in there and allow and really lock that panel into place so that his head can move and he can't really move it anywhere else. So yeah, he's got a full 360 on the head. Can look up a little bit, down a little bit, and he's got like a little bit, I think it's on a ball, so he can do almost any kind of head rocking motion you need him to do. So yeah, pretty cool. And then this part right here, you know, you can see how it tabs into the back of this, making a very narrow profile that I just was talking about. I think that's pretty cool. So okay, with that said, let's get it transformed. So we'll go on ahead and start by it's been a while since I transformed this, so I'm going to do this, untab these, and then we're going to untab this, and let's see here, what's next? Okay, so let's go ahead and pull his head up all the way like that. Alright, and then we want to take this, yeah, this is my first time transforming it, as you could tell. Open those up, and you can see that those wheel colors are gray instead of like blackish colors. So What we want to do with these arms is if you see, there's a pin right here, and we're going to swing this out by pushing on his shoulder, and you want to dislodge that so it looks like that. And if you look here, you'll see the difference. This is it in its collapsed position for his arm, and then if you just take your thumb and you push against that, okay, gently, you should be able to unlodge that. Should be able to unlodge that. I hope I don't break it on camera here. That would be embarrassing. There we go. Ooh, it's really tight. So there we go. So you want that kind of out like that. Okay. Same thing on this side. So we're just kind of getting that ready. Okay. All right. Now, as for these here, these wheels will, when you flip them out from underneath them, they'll tab right into here. So tab one there, tab one there. And then I believe we're going to open this up, and this will tab back into here. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, okay, so nope, this is going to stay something like that. And I believe, yeah, let's see here. We're going to bend this backwards, I believe, and then do this. And we're going to get this ready. So what's going to happen is we're going to have to fold these all the way in, these arms here, and then we're going to have to cover up the head. You can see, so the head should be up a little bit like this, and there's a double hinge here, so make sure that's open. And then that's by opening this piece up, and if you look here, you can see, you open that up, and basically we're going to cover his head, and these two tabs are going to slot into, make sure you guys can see this, slot into here kind of ish, so like that. Just kind of line it up and get that ready. So we got those ready to go. Now, remember the arms? We're going to take those and we're going to pull these in here, and they should fit right in, just like that. Okay, and then do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now we've got these ready to go. So we want the arms to be like in this position right here. All right, so we've got that and that and that and that. Okay, so let's look at the legs. So we're going to pull this panel up here so that it's resting right above that. And then we're going, you want to do the same for both sides. Get that ready. We'll be using that in a minute. Let's take a look at these here, the knees. And actually what you do is you flip this open, and you'll see that there is, there's two slot positions. So that second slot on the top is what we want this peg to go into. So we go like this, and then we close it up. Do the same thing on the other side. Open it up, turn, close it up. So that he kind of looks bow-legged. Tuck in his toes, his feet there, and then we're going to take these arms, make sure that they're kind of right angle-ish, fold these over like so, bring these down here, okay, this one here and this one here, and then we're going to fold these over. And if you see these here, these little tabs here, they're going to plug into the wrists. So that's how that's going to fold in. So all this will kind of lock into place that way. So if we do that, plus these two, when you fold them over like this, you fold them towards the inside, they should also snap together and tab together. So the first thing I recommend is doing the snap tab together first, just like that. Then taking the arms and going from the underside, and then just kind of locking those in place. That way you have everything lined up properly so you can snap these in. So there's a tab that goes into the wheel well on that part right there. If you can see it there, there's a slot on this back side of this wheel well. And then there's the tab. So get that plugged into there. Give it a nice little push, I believe. You also want to make sure it snaps into these other areas here, like here. So get it all lined up, basically. And then push them all together. Same thing on the other side. And let's see here. There we go. Oh, hey. There. All right. Okay. All right. Now, push all that together. Make sure that you got this in place as well. There we go. It should kind of snap together so everything's nice and smooth. This should all line up kind of nice like that, see? So, same thing. And so that's what I'm going to work for on this side as well. Tabbed in together. Kind of get all of these aligned properly. And there you go. I think that'll do it. So here's Kup in his vehicle mode. And this is the Studio Series, Bumblebee Kup. So, looks pretty good. Take a look at this thing. I mean, it's not bad. I really like it. I like the wheel color. Everything kind of matches. It just looks a little bit more screen accurate. Just a little bit more, at least in terms of colors. So, I kind of like this. This is, this is pretty nice. So, you can take the tab for this and tab it into the side of his leg. Same thing with this thing here. So you can have those kind of sitting there. And if I can transform this real quick. And then we can kind of do a side-by-side comparison of vehicle modes. But, just kind of looking at that thing, it sure is nice looking. I think, ultimately, I think this is a pretty decent figure. I think it's one of the best Kup figures that we've received from Hasbro, in a while. So, in terms of should you buy this? If you already have this figure and you don't want to get double dipped on, there's nothing wrong with this one here. I would say just go ahead and, and keep this. And then maybe if you're really interested in the, in getting him to look a little bit more screen accurate. I know Repro Labels or Toy Hacks, they make a set for Kup. They make a set for Kup so that you can put a window sticker over this piece right here. So he kind of has a little bit more, he looks a little bit more, how shall I say, screen accurate or movie accurate, right? So that's what I would recommend. However, if you do find this one out there in the wild, yeah, I do recommend picking him up. So, let's see here. Get this thing folded back. And if you remember, we're going to do this and then fold these underneath. And make sure that taps into there, And, yeah. And now that we have both legs lined up, yep, so again, move those front panels forward, and then open up these on top of the arms, lock them in place here. First lock in place, then snap these in. It's just a matter of tabbing things in at that point. You got this, and then this. There we go. And then get these, and then put the fists on those pegs on the back part of that, and make sure his feet are locked in. There we go. So, all right. So let's do a side by side now that I got him transformed. Yeah, and of course his weapons. I'll just take the weapons off onto the side here. So we've got the weapons for each of them here, and there they are. So, what do you guys think? Is it worth it? Let's take a look at the sides. This is the 86 Studio Series Bumblebee one, and then this is the regular Studio Series one. I'm going to have to do some screenshot comparisons on these just to make sure. But I think I like the colors on this one, and I like the way they've painted it. I wish this is the one they actually would have released first, honestly. So, well, there you go. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing that. Thank you very much for joining me, and we will talk to you guys next time.